Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We're the Garso Twins. I'm Britta.
And I'm Carly.
And we would love it if you would subscribe down below if you haven't already. Today we're going to do our favorite videos, our monthly favorites. So we have August favorites coming up. Let's get into it. Okay, so we've recently been buying a lot of fall candles. Sorry if you can hear, Terry's tummy seems to be upset.
Yeah, he's on my lap.
Oh, sweet boy. Anyways, we've been buying a lot of fall candles from Target. I know we've been talking about them here and there, like in our weekly favorites, but we kind of wanted to do like a full roundup. Some of them were done, so we won't be talking about those, but the ones that we love first are these Hearth and Hand. These are the little, I don't even know what they're called. They're like their little ceramic ones.
Well, what size are they? Does it say?
They are 6.2 ounces.
Okay.
$9. So this one is Harvest, which I would say is our favorite.
Yeah, I love it so much.
It's so good. I know we've talked about this in our weekly favorites. It's like your typical like pumpkin spice type candle, I would say. And then this one I also love. This is Bookshop, and it's more of like a fresh and like earthy kind of scent.
A little spicy.
Yeah, I think this one has a bit of a better throw, but Bookshop is really nice. And neither of them are overpowering. The vessels are super cute. So these have been great. And then I also got Fireside, which is available in like this type of vessel. I just couldn't find it. I think it's like a brown version. So I got this one, which is like this cute copper one.
I got it too. Yeah.
This is 12.3 ounces, $15. This one's really good too. It's like a smoky, I mean, you guys know Fireside. It's like a smoky type candle, but I do think this one smells a little more artificial than like the Harvest, would you say? But this one's really good. I still really like it. I love the vessel, especially for fall. So I wanted to mention that. This one though, the burn, I haven't been able to get it to burn all the way to the edges.
Yeah,
Have
me
you?
either.
So I think that the burn, well actually the burn on any of these isn't amazing.
Yeah.
It like kind of sticks to the edges, if you can see. But they're inexpensive, so, you know, kind of get you pay for a little bit. And then this one, we had already gone through one of these. So this is a brand new one, but it's the Threshold pumpkin spice scented candle. This is only $10. I don't even know the ounces. I can't. 12 ounces. $10, which is insane, like super affordable. And like normally this gimmicky packaging is like so hideous.
Yeah,
but we kind of like owned it this year.
We're feeling the fall.
Yeah, we're just like, whatever. It's an ugly pumpkin thing, but it kind of is like exudes fall, which we desperately need right now. I'm sure you guys feel the same way.
We need anything to lift our spirits.
Exactly. This one actually burned really nicely, the first one that we had. I don't know why this one, like maybe the wax is just a little bit better than in those others, because this is the Threshold brand. But this one is like a sweeter pumpkin spice. I would say the Harvest is more of like a spicy, less sweet, and this is like a vanilla pumpkin spice, but somehow doesn't smell very artificial.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's really good. It puts you in a fall mood. Super, super affordable. So we had to mention all the candles we've been loving. Oh God, I almost cracked it. It's fine, we're fine. Okay, we have a few skincare items. So the first one I'm going to talk about, I put this, a lot of these things we put in weekly favorites, including this one. Actually, like everything we're going to talk about, I think, most things. But this is the Versed Day Maker Micro Crystal Exfoliator. This is up on Target, right? Or maybe it's just on the Versed site right now. It's really new, but they sent it to us and we've been loving it. I talked about this in weekly favorites, but I've been using tretinoin now for 6 weeks, and even though my skin is really used to it, for the past like 3 weeks I've been using this when my skin starts to get dry and flaky from the tret, which is still happening a bit, but it's gotten a lot better. But I'm too scared to go back to using like chemical exfoliants. Like we love the Ordinary mask, but I just feel like with my skin still getting used to like the high active ingredient, I don't want to mess with it and use a chemical exfoliant. And this is super gentle for being a physical exfoliant. It's in this like really nice creamy base, the microcrystals are, and yeah, I find like it's not too abrasive at all, but you definitely can tell it like gently exfoliates the top layer of your skin. It's just really effective without being too harsh, which is so hard to find. A physical exfoliator if you have sensitive skin. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we can have sensitive skin. It's very clean. It's really good. It's one of my favorite Versed products that we've tried so far. Like, I've actually been using a ton. Like, I feel like I'm gonna go through this. It's great. Okay, I put this in, I think, our most recent skincare favorites video, but I realized I hadn't put it in a monthly favorites, and it's my new like everyday sunscreen, so I want to mention it. This is the Myshell Dermaceuticals Protect Sun Shield Liquid SPF in the shade light to medium. It's reef safe. It's such a unique, interesting SPF. Like, you can probably see how fluid it is, and so you shake it, it has like a little, what are those called?
It's a steel ball.
Steel ball in there, and it shakes up the pigment and the zinc. I'm assuming the zinc. It has 16.1% zinc oxide. It says shake well, and so you apply liberally. One thing I love about this is actually the tone of this. It looks almost gray in the bottle and when you put it on your hands, but I feel like they did that on purpose because when you like actually blend it out on your skin, it just gives it like the lightest layer of coverage without looking orange. Like the CeraVe tinted sunscreen that I love, that one's like really hydrating, but it does look a little orange, and most tinted sunscreens to me look a little orange. This one, I think it does like end up looking very neutral and just neutralizes the look of your skin, and it doesn't really provide any coverage. I wouldn't say that, but there's no white cast because of the tint. And it does have a matte finish, so I do want to call that out. So for me in the summer, I like love that because I'm usually using like a tinted moisturizer on top that is fairly dewy. So I kind of like the matte base with the dewy tinted moisturizer. But I would never wear this under a matte foundation because it would just be like too matte. But I usually don't wear just matte foundation strictly anyways. So if you're looking for a matte finish and a SPF that's a mineral SPF, this one's so good. You can get it at Ulta. I just haven't really heard that many people talk about this brand, so I had to mention it.
We also forgot we hadn't even put this in a monthly favorites, but we've both been using it daily and we love it, so we need to talk about it. It's the Naturium Plant Ceramide Rich Moisture Cream. Comes in a nice glass jar. It's very thick. How much have you used?
Oh, well, I have 2 that I've been using, so I haven't used. How much do you use at night?
Oh my god. I really only use it at night because I mix it in with my daily moisturizer.
Like how much do you use though?
Like a finger, like that, half a fingertip.
Me too. Usually I go through stuff quicker.
Yeah, this is weird.
I only use it at night as well.
Interesting. Well, that's so weird, you guys. She always goes through products so much quicker and I'm like at the bottom. This is perplexing, but regardless, I feel like I've been using a good amount, but it like covers my skin and makes me feel moisturized. But this stuff is so good.
It's so good.
There's ceramides in it, so it really helps to like repair your skin barrier. What else does it say is in here?
Nothing. It doesn't say anything.
It doesn't say anything.
This isn't the unicorn.
That's right. But yeah, Ceramide Rich Moisture Cream, like there's not much else to say about it. It's unscented completely, which we love. It feels cushiony on your skin, but I do find that like I said, I like the Naturium 5% niacinamide gel cream for during the day, but that isn't moisturizing enough, so I mix a little bit of this into the gel cream for daytime, like I have it under all my makeup today. And the combination is really good for daytime for me, but then at nighttime I only use this, and then I put oil on top.
Yeah.
And it definitely is nourishing enough. Like I feel like I said, I have been using Retin-A or tretinoin, and I really think this has helped my skin so much during this time, because normally like you can really like shed with tretinoin and have a lot of adverse side effects because it's so harsh, but I really think that this has really nourished my skin and made it so that I've had like a good experience with starting tretinoin. So I really love this. We both were saying like we would definitely repurchase, but we don't know if it's like our all-time favorite moisturizer.
I think I'm gonna like it more in the winter. I don't think it's too heavy for summer, but I do think that I can like feel it on my skin, and it's just been so hot that sometimes at night you don't want like a super thick moisturizer. So I think in the winter I'm gonna really love it. I think it's just possibly a little heavy for hot weather.
Yeah, like I said, I really like mixing it in with a gel cream for the daytime. And now that I know that I'm like running so low, I might start doing that at night too until it gets a little cooler. But it's really good. I honestly will probably repurchase.
I will repurchase too.
Yeah.
Because Naturium, it's pretty affordable as well, and we love their products.
Yeah, we really do.
Next up is a foundation favorite. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. I'm sure you've heard everyone talk about this, so I won't talk about it too much. It's plastic, but it's pretty.
It looks glassy.
It's pretty. It's 1 ounce. Oh, that's weird. They put like 100 fluid ounce. I think that was a typo maybe? I think it's 1 ounce, 30 milliliters, yeah.
Yeah.
Strange. I have the shade Light 60N. I don't think it's like a great shade match, but it works. I'm wearing it today. One of you asked me like how I was liking this, and I said, oh, I really like it. And I'm like, why did I tell her that? I actually really love this foundation. And I think I had like just started using it, so I didn't realize how good it was. But then when I started using some other foundations, I just realized that this is really, really great. Like, it's a fluid formula, which I realize I prefer in my, like, as I'm aging, except for this. We have another one we're talking about, and this is like such
I love it so much.
It's such a unique formula
Yeah.
because it's so thick, but in general, I prefer fluid formula because I feel like a little goes a long way, so you don't need to use as much product. Like, even this, a full pump is too much for me. I try to do like maybe 3/4 a pump on my hand, and then I dot it around my face and then blend it out with a sponge, and I think it's a perfect amount. It blends out beautifully. It does stay all day, but it still kind of gives like a little bit of dewiness or like a satin finish to the skin. It's not just pure matte, but I'm really impressed with the longevity, that it doesn't really sink into any of my fine lines. My only complaint would be the shade that I purchased, because I don't think it's like the perfect match, but that could just be my fault. I don't really know. It was kind of hard to figure out what my perfect shade would be. The price is great. I really have nothing bad to say about this. I think it's like really phenomenal, honestly, for the price especially.
People say it's a dupe for the Shiseido Skin Foundation, which is my like Holy Girl foundation, so we should test that sometime.
Yeah, that's true.
But the Shiseido neutral undertones are perfection. But they're so hard to find.
Yeah, because this says 60N, but it like almost looks a little red on my skin, I feel like. So, I don't know, the shade isn't like perfect, but that's my only complaint, and I know that it's so hard to like find your perfect shade. Like, everyone struggles with that, so it's not really their fault.
We have one more complexion product, and this like requires a little backstory. It's the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Tint, and we both use this daily like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
We loved it. We went through these, like I probably purchased like 3 of them.
I remember you guys, like, the applicator broke off my cap, and I still continued to use it. It was like jiggling around, and I would still like try to use this because I like wanted to use every last drop.
We were like fairly like did not make a lot of money back then too, so we like definitely couldn't like afford really like luxury foundations, and we were very drugstore heavy in all the makeup we bought.
This was like a pristine product at that price point. Back then, like, we would only buy. This could have been even like 5 or 6 years ago, to be honest. Now that I'm thinking of it, it was like right when we graduated college.
Yeah,
I think we would only use like the Maybelline Matte and Poreless because it was $5, and then this was like a splurge.
Yeah, it was a splurge, and we were both thinking about repurchasing it. I had watched Shelby Wilson's video recently where she used this, and she's actually the same shade as us too that we used to be. We repurchased the same shade we used to wear, and she was just talking about how like it's a tried and true for her, and like every time she wears it, she loves how her skin looked. And I was like, oh my god, I used to love that. And then we talked about it, we're like, we used to love that. Let's get it. And Neutrogena was having a sale.
Yeah, on the Neutrogena website.
It was like meant to be. So we placed an order. We ordered 40 Nude, which was the shade we used to wear. And we've both been using it again, and this stuff is so good. I'm
so
wearing
good.
it right now. Like, I feel
Between
like
these two, I'm sorry I interrupted you. I feel like I could get rid of everything else.
Yeah.
Like, I love these.
I don't know if you guys find it like super exhilarating like we do to revisit old favorites and just be like, well, my god, why did I ever stop using this? Because that's just what I keep thinking when I apply this. It is really thick, like Britta said. Like, it has this doe foot applicator, which I know some people find like super unsanitary, but really like it's fine. So it has this doe foot applicator, and it's like viscous. And basically what you do is you just like apply it on your face, and then I use a brush. Do you use a sponge?
I use a brush with this because it's so thick.
Yeah, so I use a brush to blend it out. It blends out really seamlessly, and honestly at first it kind of looks like it's giving you no coverage. Do you find this? And then it also looks really light, like in here it looks very light, but then after like 2 minutes, I feel like it oxidizes a bit and just gets a little bit darker, and it also just gives you more coverage. Like, you just let it sit for a minute and it looks perfect, and like honestly my skin, I feel like looks so good, and I will never stop purchasing this now. It is about like $15 if you don't get it on sale.
Yeah.
So not super cheap, but probably the ColourPop promotion.
Yeah, I think this was 16.
Yeah, so
I
around
wanna
the
say.
same.
Still so much less than a lot of, like, I don't think you have to buy a high-end foundation for a good foundation,
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. We've always bought really affordable foundations. I will say this kind of smells like paint, which is really weird because Neutrogena has, like, is known for very, not like, they're not clean, I would say, but for the drugstore, it just smells a bit weird. But besides that, the stuff is perfect, and I'm really happy we revisited it.
Last up in the mascara category, I have a mascara primer. This is the Essence Volume Booster Lash Primer. I mean, what can you really say about a lash primer? But this is the best one I've used. I will say that I feel like the wand is really skinny, and it has, I can't even tell, like, I feel like they're nylon bristles, but they feel really thick, almost like a molded wand. So I feel like it applies the perfect amount of product to add volume, like it says, volume booster, but it doesn't over apply. Like sometimes with my L'Oreal Voluminous primer, it would get a little clumpy, and the whole purpose of a lash primer is to like separate and prime the lashes, so you don't really want them to be clumpy when you're going in with mascara. This is amazing. It doesn't irritate my eyes. It like creates the perfect base for any mascara you put over it. It's $5. You can get it on Amazon. You guys, it's so good. It's like the best. And it clicks into place, which I feel like is really good for mascara because it can dry out so easily, and it's made in Italy.
I have a mascara favorite. I also talked about this in a weekly phase. I'm not wearing it right now because I'm wearing another one I've been loving that we put in our weekly faves. But it's a L'Oreal Bambi Eyes Mascara. I think it's the shade like Extra Noir or something, which is in this different packaging. It has like the black cap with the silver, I'll retwork it. Black cap with this silver kind of weird. I don't like the packaging. I really don't like the packaging. It feels cheap, but the mascara itself is so good. I'm so impressed. It's a molded wand, so I guess I do like these. It's a molded wand, but it's chunky. Like the actual brush is pretty big, but then the bristles on the brush, like the plastic bristles, are really short. So I find that it really is easy to be precise with this somehow. Even though it's big, like you can really like, you know, put it where you want it. It doesn't kind of get everywhere because these bristles are so short. It looks super black. Like I said, this is like the Extra Noir shade. It lasts all day. It gives me extreme volume. I've really been loving it. I mean, I don't know why I'm so surprised because L'Oreal mascaras are so good. I feel like they really spend a lot of time developing them. Like I said, the packaging feels kind of cheap, like the cap feels loose, but the actual wand and the formula is so good. I looked past it. It's actually funny because I hadn't really heard many people talk about this, but then Jamie Page put it in her August favorites video. So I thought that was funny. And she said like all the things that I feel too. Like it's really good at defining and volumizing, and pretty good at lengthening too, but like it's really great at defining and makes your lashes look just vavoom, but still kind of natural and like fluttery. Like Bambi Eyes. Like that's a really good name for it, I feel.
Okay, thank you guys so much for watching our August favorites. I can't believe it's September already. This is wild, but we're ready for the fall. We hope you guys are too. Let us know what you've been loving down below.